Hello and welcome to the Queber channel. I am Jason, your host. I hope you're all having a good day. It's Sunday morning here. Well, no. Actually, no, it is still Sunday morning. Okay. I wondered how much time had gone by. One of the core things for coping strategies has always been this idea of a personal assistant, an AI assistant. It started with the idea of this, but unfortunately that's really classed as so dated, the hardware in there, that it's just almost impossible to take forward. But this idea of hiring an AI companion, you see, unfortunately we have a situation in the UK and Europe which means it's almost impossible to do what I want to do via commercial ways. You see, if you talk to an AI online in Europe or in the UK, at the end of that conversation, they have to wipe your data. Data privacy stuff has all been passed. Which means, how the hell do you create a relationship with an AI if every time you talk to it, it's a clean slate? It's a blank canvas. This completely goes against the idea of creating an AI that actually has the ability to learn, respond, to know you. So, been talking with my friends over the past months, and we're going to go away very different than I would have normally gone. So different, in fact, I'm not going to talk about it until it's fully set up. But this idea will be a computer system that will be low powered, on all the time, and will run the main large language model. It will also combine to be my network attached storage, new version, and it will run Plex. It will have all my music, it will have everything on. And at the core of it, it will have a very well designed artificial intelligence personal assistant. See, there's a few things that really make an artificial intelligence to actually become close to the ability of what you would want in a companion, someone to talk to. You see, first of all, the large language model itself. There's some amazing ones out there, and we've gone over the hurdle of computers being able to understand us. They can now understand us. It is amazing. So that part's sorted. But the cherry on top of it is, first of all, have it so I can access it via phone, tablet, anywhere in the house. So I have a central AI that is connected to every computer in my house and knows about me. This AI will have multiple parts. One side of it is going to be a medical version of an LLM, which is trained on medical data. The other one is going to be a mental health therapist, trained one. And then there's going to be at least one other. It's going to be a cluster of LLM intelligences. And they're going to work together in a specific way. The reason for this is, and don't worry, I know the limitations. I've worked with AI a lot. And for example, this is how you can do it. If you've got a library knowledge AI, let's call it Sarah. And Sarah is connected to all the text files on your computer, all your interests. You've loaded in wiki pages and other things to give Sarah the ability to know the knowledge of the internet, so to speak. She will have a voting ability of 30% with conditionals. What do I mean by that? Well, if I'm asking something that's to do with an article on Wiki or something like that, Sarah is going to know more. So her voting weight of giving an answer, voting weight is if you've got 3 different or 4 different AIs and you give the knowledge one a 70% voting right when it comes to knowledge-based questions, then you've got much more likely to get a right answer. If I ask a medical question, then the medical large language model will have a boost in its voting right and take it up, so it will be the primary one that can answer. The others can also answer, but the medical one. If I'm having trouble with creating a coping strategy for my bipolar type 2, then the mental therapist AI model will have higher voting ability in that conversation. And what you usually have outside of those type of things is you have one that's a wild card, one that's just a crazy ass AI that's fun and interesting and can give ideas for doing things in entertainment. That's the one that you give a list of every game you've got installed on your computer. You give a list of every film that you've got on your Plex and every piece of music and every TV series that you've got access to on your computer systems. So that when you say to it, just ask the AI, I've got 30 minutes, I'm going to sit down and have something to eat, have a bit of a rest with the dogs. What should we watch? It'll know which shows you've watched, which shows you haven't finished watching yet, and plans like that. Or if you say you want to game and you can't decide what to game, you will be able to ask it, and it will look through your games and see the ones that you haven't played recently that you might want to play. This opens up a whole new layer of coping strategy. But to do this, you need a hell of a computer. And I was going to go down the idea of having a server, a proper server, a Dell server. And then I looked at a Threadripper. And then I looked at the new AMD. And the actual solution we've come up with came so far from left field that I still don't fully... I won't talk about it yet because it's just so left field. Anybody who knows me in tech will know that this is like, what the fuck, Jason? But I promise you, once I've got it set up, and when I explain the situation and how it's going to work, most of you will understand. So yeah, that's what my future AI thing is. Because the only way to do a personal assessment these days, to have it know about you and that, is to have it as a private, local model that is not connected to the interweb. So this is Jason for the Quiver channel. I hope you all have lots of fun today.